It's lovely day today. You can see the sun starting to shine over there, and later on it will start shining in this corner as well. So in this no, this garden bed on my right side, normally I grow loofah on this side, climbing beans on that side. Oh, let me give you the update about the stump of the cherry trees that I dug up from the middle garden bed. They're shooting up. I mean the shoots, they are shooting up. So I'm think it's alive. You can see that it's shooting up there, and I have been watering it actually. So the garden bed we are replacing today are these metal garden beds that I got from Audi. I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, and after a few years they bending over, they leaning, and they start rusting out. Not so much I think, but only some area. I think this garden bed is okay, but maybe some of the area somewhere I saw it start rusting, and my father say that he can just replace them with the wooden timber on my right side like this, and they could look much nicer. And I have some plants on the edge here. I think I need to move them maybe in my front yard. I will have some kind of at the very far corner of my front yard as well. This blueberry I'm going to give it to my mother-in-law so she can bring it to Brisbane and she can nurse the plant up there as well. I'm not sure how the blueberry doing in Brisbane though, because up above there we don't have, or they have a little bit like chill winter, but it's not that frosty or anything. But this blueberry, the one in the garden bed here, I'm going to dig it up, put it in a container, and I will think from there, because we're going to make the garden bed shorter. So these two metal garden bed will be only one timber garden bed, and it will be short until this area. So I will have a little bit more walkway to walk around harvesting the fruits. I think also the width will be a little bit smaller as well, because the timber is quite thick. You can see that the timber very thick and the metal bed very thin. So I think the width inside could be a little bit skinnier than what is it now, but I think I'm okay with that. Oh, by the way, let me give you the update about my peach tree, or one of my peach tree. This one is doing very well. I think I might have some fruit this year. You can see they're budding up now. I need to spray the nectarine tree and my peach tree, maybe my cherry tree, the application of the copper, so to prevent the leaf curl. And I think I do need to trim it one down a little bit. You can see a little bit dieback and dieback dark stem over there too, but I wouldn't do it in early spring when I know that there's no more frost coming. So I think I should get a bit of this messy box over here and start transplanting. So I'm gonna transplant the blueberry and some of the little polyanthus. They're so cheerful, guys. Look at those, so pretty. And I took these plants like 4 months last year from a little tiny plucks. I got some pretty one over there. Oh, I might need to dig those as well. So the garden bed will be 3 meters long and 80 centimeter width, and I think the look would be similar like the one over on my right side over here. And I think the color of the garden bed could look like this. Let me just move it one out so you can see. So I find that, we find that the way he make this make the garden bed much sturdier, and it doesn't like bulge out. Alright guys, let me give you the quick update. You can see after 2 days we work hard in this area. Mostly my father-in-law actually. I didn't do much. He just worked really hard, and plus he worked 2 more days to prepare the timbers and paint or oil the timber as well. Here, see, are you happy with the result?
I'm very happy with the result. Yes, I am.
Do you want to show the people what do you find the most difficult part to put them together?
Well, I think in this case, we bought the sleepers that are 3 metres long. The most difficult part was carrying them around here. But we didn't have to cut them. That was a good thing. So for me, I don't like painting much. So the painting, carrying around here was the biggest part. But cutting, I had to do a lot of cutting before I got it around here. But with Leanne's help, we lifted them around, and I'm very happy with the result. We use the sleepers I like to get nowadays is the one that's 75 mil wide here, and they're 200 mil deep there. That's all sleepers are 200 mil deep. But I found in the past when I've tried to use 50 mil wide, they tend to bow a bit in the end and so on. I've had a lot more success with the wider sleepers. And the other thing that I found really good is I use these batten screws. These ones are 125 millimeter batten screws. They can go right through the sleeper a long way and make a good fit. You really need quite a powerful drill, although I have used a battery drill with some success, but it's very slow and it drains the battery. One thing that my father taught me, and it's a good tip, and I know a lot of people probably know about this, it's very important. If you want to make the job easier, get someone to soap the nails for you like that. Put soap on, then put it in the drill and then drill it. So the way I start off is I cut all these corner posts. I always cut them on an angle like that to try and get the water to run off. So this is only a demonstration. But so the first thing I do, you cut these with that shape, and the length I make it, say in this case here, these two sleepers are 400 mil high, so I cut these at their highest point to just under 400, so that they're below, just slightly below the top of the sleeper. Then
like this.
Yes, like that. See, like that one. Can you see that one?
The support he put inside. Inside.
So once you've got that, and you've got this, it mightn't make a perfect square because we're dealing with timber that's not perfect. But then you can put your screws into this and into this, and see they'll go a fair way in. Well, these are not. They're only 50 mil wide. But so this would go into about like there, so nice and strong. I've usually put 2 in each sleeper, and from the outside, so you can see them down here, but they're fine like that. And then when you've finished all that, so you try and get the top and bottom sleeper fairly level this way, and then you come along and put these stops in, these stops here, right?
Then how did you make it nice like this?
I just had normally you could use an electric planer, but I haven't got one here at the moment. But I just used a sander. Makes it a little bit nicer to sit on. And the reason I like the big fat sleepers is they'll have a lot less chance of bowing in the future. So they should stay looking good for a lot longer. So what down in here would go your stop, if you understand what I mean. Now your stop can be, this one I made these just slightly above the sleeper, but they can be anywhere you like. They can be this high or doesn't matter. So that's the way I build it.
Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. I did like it. Might have heard a few expletive deleters occasionally, but most of the time I'm enjoying myself. I use these batten screws. So that's 125 millimeters long, and see it's got a hexagonal hole in it there, and you can buy these, or they come with the screws sometimes, but I bought these ones at Bunnings at their little tool shop, and that fits in very neatly into that, so that you're not, when you drill it, when you're putting the screws in, it's not
Moving
slipping
in.
at all. It really holds in there well. And I've found that this is the best type of head to have on the screw.
You can see, look very nice and sturdy, and we put a pot plant next to the corner as well because a lot of mess in this area. I need to dig that lemon tree up and put in the container. I tried to cover the tree twice, or I mean 2 layers, but that one still feels too cold and looking very sad underneath this frost cloth and the old curtain underneath it as well. I add few more strawberries from my other garden bed. These are the East Coast shallots, that's what I guess. So I moved them over here so the variety kind of separated from the other type. So I want to try if I really like the fruit or not. So I hope those are the right type that I dug them and move them over here. And I replanted the polyanthus back in this garden bed, 3 of them, and 1 of the blueberry bush. The other one I temporarily planted at the corner over there, and few container of the blueberry bushes as well. I moved them over here before they were underneath the mesh over there. That would you tell the people that what did they do in this area?
So in this area, Leanne wanted to just extend this garden bed, so I've just used a 200mm sleeper here, and so the other thing we did was we had to go to a couple of different budding stores, but those sleepers there are 1.8 metres long and 1.8 metre that way and 1.8 metre that way, so it means I didn't have to do much cutting. I'd cut down a lot on how much I had to cut. So very happy with that. Easier to fit in the car at 1.8 metres. The big 3 metre ones we had to strap onto the top, which is always a bit iffy when I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So
what did those back over there, Dad?
So we got this soil here from. We just went out to drop off some rose clipping, thorny things, and when I was out at the dump at Canberra, I saw these bags for sale. So
from Corkyles, then?
Corkyles Brothers, they have the bags, and so we bought some home for my daughter-in-law so that she can.
Thank you, Dad.
She can maybe fill in this garden bed. As you can see, it's going to need quite a bit of soil, but I have no doubt that Leanne will fill it up.
Is there anything that you would like to add to people about these 2 amazing garden beds you built?
No, thank you. It's been a pleasure. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. The weather today is a bit miserable in Canberra, a bit overcast, but most of the days when the sun's out have been quite nice. So I'm dressed like a Queenslander for sure, but that's okay.
Anyway, so those are the 2 garden beds. That's my father-in-law, he worked really hard to put them together. I still need to fix up the drip irrigation in this area though. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and see you next one. Bye bye. Dad, see, bye bye.
Bye bye. See you later.